Hey there, Alex here. Today I have with me the Melody and Emerald from CCZ, a relatively new audio brand in the market. Since they both cost around the same price, with the Emerald being slightly more expensive, and they both have a similar 1DD plus 1BA setup, I'm just going to talk about both of them at the same time. So let's dive right in and see what they have to offer. First of all, they both come in very similar packaging with pretty much the same set of accessories. Pretty standard stuff for IEMs in this price range. The included cable is a little wiggly, but works just fine. The shape of the shells are the same, and they have a nice little rubber fin on the shell, which is a nice touch. I'm not sure how durable these fins will be, but at least they're pretty comfortable. The main difference between them is pretty much just the faceplate. The Melody has a see-through plastic faceplate, whereas the Emerald has a metal and more colourful faceplate. Both of them look good in their own way to me. Like I mentioned earlier, both of them are using the same driver setup, but in terms of tuning, they are a little different. The Melody has a bit of a mild V-shaped tuning, whereas the Emerald has a warm neutral tuning. Bass is similarly elevated on both. They both pack a nice punch, have a decent amount of texture, and don't sound too bloated. It's more bass than I would have normally liked, but it's a fun listen. Mids and highs are where things start to differ a little. They both have a decent presence in the mix, but the Melody has a leaner presentation with less body overall and a slightly more elevated upper mids region, so female vocals and brighter instruments stand out a bit more. It's still relatively well controlled and not shouty or sibilant, but I do find it to be a bit on the thinner side and slightly less natural sounding. For the Emerald, it has slightly warmer sounding mids with a fuller body overall. Upper mids are on the more neutral side of things, so there is a nice balance between male and female vocals. Things generally sound a bit more natural here too, and I think it's just a better quality BA driver here. At first listen, the more elevated upper mids on the Melody might be perceived to have better clarity, but I think I'm hearing better details on the Emerald. Same goes for the treble region too. They're relatively polite on both, but there seems to be a bit better details on the Emerald. I think that separation and soundstage is a tiny bit better on the Emerald too, so personally I prefer the Emerald a bit more. Of course, preference in tuning does play a part here, and some folks might prefer the Melody as well because of the slightly more elevated upper mids region and brighter sound signature. But overall, I do think that they're both good value for money, especially the Emerald. I think they're a good alternative to the Blonde BL03 since the bass is tighter, the mids are fuller sounding, and upper mids are a little bit more relaxed, which makes it a more comfortable listen. It has slightly better separation and detail retrieval as well. The fit and cable also works better out of the box. So overall, for a relatively new brand, I think CCZ has done a pretty admirable job here. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they have to offer in the future. Thanks for watching this video, and see you guys on the next one.